Oh well. Okay. Now that'll work. Oh. I guess we're stuck in portrait mode again today. Hang out here. You can have the view of the truck stop for a little bit here as I'm waiting for people to come on in. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Frankie. Hope you're doing well, brother. Has your snow melted yet? I'm guessing it won't last long down there in Alabama. Oh. Actually, it's warmed up a little bit. It ain't too bad right now. Okay, so I figured out how to change the from portrait to landscape, and I did it, but then it still didn't work for some reason. So I gotta work on that. What does this do here? Okay, no, I don't want to do that. What does this do? Huh. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm just playing around here. Anyway. Good morning, Frankie. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ramblin' Live, Saturday morning live with Marty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Who else do we got on here? Frankie's on here. Who else? There's one other person watching. Who are you? Come on. Oh, there's 3 people. Who's on here? Good morning, Star Fox 402. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Ramblin' Live. So the lineup for today. I'm going to talk woodworking a little bit this morning. Hold on a second here. One second here. Take care of some business here. Okay, got rid of that. Hey, there's 10 people on here. Okay, who else is on here? Well, I deleted that one because it wasn't good. It's not all on yet, 32. It is 35 degrees here, surprisingly, 6 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, welcome everybody. Who else is on here? Analyst is on here. Good morning. This is Marty's Ramblings, and we're just going to talk woodworking here this morning. I'm going to share some of my 5 favorite things about woodworking and answer some questions and just talk woodworking back and forth. Where is here? And Zach is on here. Good morning. Welcome. And Genesis Honda Civic C is on here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is my YouTube channel, which is kind of a rambling channel where I just share my life and try to help people smile. A lot of it's woodworking, a lot of it's outdoor activities. I'm a truck driver, so sometimes it's on the road, just trucking down the road. Okay, so Annalise asked where I am. Well, that's the question that I always ask at the beginning of my live stream. Can you guess where I am? Okay, I'll give you a clue. Oh, I need more coffee. I'll let you know what I'm drinking in a minute here. Everybody grab a coffee or some breakfast or whatever it is. Andy should be on here. It's afternoon, but maybe you're busy, my friend. Anyway, it's in the north, the Midwest. Juneau, Alaska. Nope, a little further south. Okay, so again, in this live stream, I'm just going to share. So one of my viewers had an idea for something for me to share, and it was Ernest asked me, he said if I wanted to share my 5 favorite projects, woodworking projects, Janice, hi, I'm your friend. Oh, okay. Well, you're all friends. Or do I know you in life? Yeah, let me know who you really are. Anyway, yeah, my 5 favorite projects. So I'm going to do that. But I thought I'd expand on it a little bit more. So I am going to share my 5 favorite woodworking projects, my 5 favorite tools, my 5 favorite woods, my 5 favorite tool brands. Actually, I couldn't come up with 5, I don't think. 5 favorite woodworking YouTubers, my 5 favorite woodworking movies. I did that at the last minute. I couldn't think of 5, but then I'm going to have my 5 favorite shop tips, 5 Scrollsawing tips, 5 carving tips, and then I'm going to answer a bunch of questions. So yeah, a question for you: where am I in the world? See if you can guess where I'm at. And yeah. And then I'm going to start out with a scripture. That's what I always like to do. And it's kind of neat. The scripture, I start out with a scripture at the beginning, and then I share a quote at the end. And it's kind of neat because they really relate today, too. Anyway, so let's keep everything positive and good on here, okay? So, yeah. So the scripture I'm going to share is one of my favorites, Proverbs 8:30. Then I was a craftsman at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence. Proverbs 8:30. Then I was a craftsman at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence. I always like that. And I don't know specifically what the writer is writing about, but I believe it's Jesus. He was with God when he created the world. He was a craftsman by his side, kind of thing. I actually have that scripture in a frame in my wood shop with another one too, so it's kind of neat. I like that. So yeah, see if you can guess where I am in the world, and I'm just going to ramble on here. So if anybody has any questions or comments, just throw them at me. Also, let me know how the audio and the video is. Again, I do everything with my phone, and the audio and video usually turn out really well. I did pick up just a budget little microphone, and I used it on a video I did earlier in the week. But I just thought it sounded kind of tinny, so I don't know. I might use it, but I might actually plug it in at the end of the video and see how it sounds. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to do it right now because I don't want it to ruin the video. So, okay. I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. Oh, what I'm drinking here? I actually got 2 coffees in the truck stop here. I'm at a Flying J truck stop. That's a little hint. I'm in the North Midwest. A little bit of snow on the ground. It's 35 degrees. See if you can figure out where I am. I got 2 coffees this morning, y'all. I actually got Costa Rica coffee and Sumatra. And yeah, I'm finishing off the Costa Rica, and then I'm going to go on to Sumatra. So I don't really... Okay, so I'm going to... When I share these, my just thoughts and stuff about woodworking and different things, I want to hear your answers too and your comments, okay? So, Frankie, are you still there? I don't know who all is with. I'm not seeing all the comments here for some reason. It might be my reception. Anyway, um, trying to see here. Okay. So like if I share something, I want to hear what yours are too. Okay. So Ernest had asked me, what are my 5 favorite woodworking projects? There's a lot of different things I like to do, and it's, you know, you all know, or most of you know, I do Scrollsawing as my main kind of woodworking. Um, Frankie says, I'm sitting in my big truck. You're right, but where's the truck, my friend? You should have an idea, because I know you follow me where I am in the country. And if you remember my Facebook post from last night, you probably know. Okay, I'll give you a little clue. Ghost. There you are. Okay, my favorite projects that I picked. Number 1, names. Scroll saw names. I really enjoy cutting names out on the scroll saw. They're just fun to cut, and it's a wonderful gift. And it's something you can't go to Walmart or go to stores and find names. I mean, sometimes you might see pre-cut plastic or wood names, but they're only limited. They don't have everybody's name. What's my favorite toy? I don't really play toys too much, but when I was younger, I liked playing cars. But yeah, playing Matchbox or Hot Wheels. But yeah. So yeah, I like making names. And yeah, you can get some sometime, but you can't get everybody's name. And making them on the scroll saw is just a really neat thing. I just think it's fun. It's enjoyable. You can cut anybody's name, and you can do it different ways. You can use a computer, and you can spell somebody's name. You know, you can do it in block font or script font, and then you can change the size, and that's just everything. You know, and just print it out, and then you can glue it or trace it onto wood, and that's one way to do it. I've done that, but I actually made a template set, A through Z, of the alphabet, and they're about 2.5 inches, close to 3 inches tall, and I just use them and I spell them out on wood, and I can cut anybody's name. I haven't done that for a while. When I was home, week and a half ago or whatever, I started cutting some names, because I have some friends and family that want their names done, or I want to make their names, so I started doing that, and I have a bunch more to do when I get home. But that's one of my favorite, cutting people's names, custom cut names on the scroll saw. Okay, number 2, Christmas ornaments. That might actually be these aren't really in order. I picked 5. I really enjoy making Christmas ornaments. I love the Christmas season, celebrating Jesus and everything. Christmas ornaments are really fun to make. I have a lot of patterns, hundreds of patterns of Christmas ornaments. And I actually like to make up my own pattern every year. And it's just kind of fun. And I like to make them out of 1/4-inch hardwoods. And some softwoods, but mostly hardwoods, and solid wood, and they're just fun to make. That's one of my favorite things. Number 3, word art. You've seen my smiles. I have a smile mounted on the dash here. I have a Jesus word mounted on the dash. My smiles, Jesus words, hugs, the schmillies, the peace, joy, teacher, you know, some of those different word arts where it's just it's a word cut out of wood, and you know, there's different patterns. You can make up your own patterns. The smile I made up. It's just the word smile with a smile next to it, and it's always different. It's kind of fun. So I like making word art, and then also some other ones, like I did the joy to the world. I've made a coffee one, some other ones that are almost sentences or sayings, and then you can hang them on the wall. So those are kind of fun. So as I'm doing this, I want to hear your favorite things. What do you like to make out of wood? And again, if you watch the replay of this live stream, you can comment and answer on that too. Let's see, number 4, boxes. It's really fun to make boxes. Frankie says, I need to make some letter templates to names. Did I make you a set? Well, I mean, you could make a set easy. Otherwise, I can make you a set sometime. Again, you can use any font. I like the block font. The hobo font works well. But yeah, it just, again, you could just use a computer and print them out too. But it's kind of nice to have the templates, because you could just rearrange them and make any name. But yeah, you can just make them if you want. Otherwise, I'll make you a set, Frankie, and I'll get them in the mail when I get home. I can do that. Actually, I have my scroll saw with me. I could make it on the road, and then they'll be ready to mail when I get home. Just let me know. Yeah, they're kind of fun to use. But yeah, number 4 is boxes. I really enjoy making boxes. I don't do it very often. And so here's the thing, I have a lot of favorites I'm going to share here of woodworking. I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to have tips, but they're just my personal things that I've learned through the years. I'm not professional. I don't know everything. There's many, many other people out there who know more than I do. So take it with a grain of salt. I just like to share what I know, what I've learned. So yeah, I'm not really good at making boxes, but I've made some mitered boxes, like keepsake boxes, trinket boxes. Those are just kind of fun. I've started to make some puzzle boxes. I've made a few of those. Those are kind of neat. I mean, you can make shape boxes. There's so many different kinds you can make. And I like them because it's a very useful item, because you can make a keepsake box and give it to somebody, but then you can have another gift in there too. I've made little puzzle boxes like this, and then we put a gift card or money in there, so boxes are very useful, and they're fun to make, and there's so many different ways you can make them. So yeah. And number 5, puzzles. I really enjoy making like kids puzzles, like just take an elephant and then cut the shape and then just cut it into pieces. You don't even need a pattern really. But yeah, making kids puzzles is fun. Making adult puzzles is fun, and brain teasers. I really enjoy that. And then again, making puzzle boxes was really fun. So Frankie and everyone on here, I can't see. Looks like Zach, analyst. Okay. It says there's 7 people on here. So I don't know who is on here. There must be some people in here. If you're not signed up with YouTube, I can't see you. So there's some people that I can't see who you are, but that's okay. I just hope you get some enjoyment out of this live stream. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so what's some of your favorite things to make on the scroll saw or woodworking? You can just answer these as we go along, even if we're past the question, or so yeah, there's a lot of other things I really enjoy making too. I really enjoy carving signs, though I haven't done that in the last couple of years, but I'd like to get back into doing that. I just need to fix my rigid router or get a new one. And I like making the flags, the big flags that I make. I like making small pieces of like shelves and little pieces of furniture or custom work. I've made a welcome table at my church. I've made crosses and podiums and tables. Not real good at furniture and all that fine craftsmanship. I'm more of a scroll saw and small things, but I like doing some of that. I like doing custom orders for people. That's kind of fun. So there's a lot of other things I like. That's just 5 of my favorites, and really they're all kind of on the scroll saw. Okay, my 5 favorite. You guys can answer these as we go along, even if we're a little behind. It's okay. Frankie says, I wish you'd do a video on how to make the puzzle boxes. Yeah, I could do that. So one thing, Frankie, like I shared before, I'm not so much a how-to channel. I'm not super good at that. And there's a lot of people that are really good at that. So what I do more is I'll make something and then I'll just show you and I'll talk about how I made it and maybe some tips, rather than the actual steps of each thing, because there's different ways to do them. There's better people, but I could try that. Yeah, the puzzle boxes, there's just a few different things you do on them, but maybe I'll do the one that's really small, where it has a key, and then you cut the top off, cut the bottom off, and I could try to do that. Remind me, and I'll try to do that in the new year. Actually, I'll write it down here. Video ideas. Puzzle boxes. Okay, I got it down, Frankie. So, Frankie, what's some of your favorite projects to do out of wood? And everyone else. Okay, you guys can comment and answer as we roll along here. Okay, so my 5 favorite tools. Okay, I don't think I have 5. So, y'all could probably guess my favorite tool is a scroll saw. I've been doing that for over 30 years. I've been woodworking for about 30 years. Oh, by the way, let's ramble off onto a quick thing here as I look at the truck next to me. Has anybody out there ever got out of your vehicle, whether it's a car or a truck, went in somewhere, came back out, and got in the wrong vehicle. I've never done that. I still haven't done it, but I just came close a little while ago. So this morning I went into the truck stop. Hey, y'all still got to guess where I am. I went into the truck stop and got a couple coffees, came back out here, and there's probably there's probably about 20 trucks trucked here. There's probably about 20 trucks parked here. And there's, I think, 4 in a row here that are all white. Mine's one of them. And I walked out here. I opened the door of the wrong truck. And it was really awkward. There's just a weird feeling there, a weird thing. So it's kind of like if let's say you're drinking something, eating something, and you forget what you're drinking or eating. I've done that before where, I'm, take a drink of something and I'm drinking milk, but I thought it was orange juice. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's right, I'm drinking milk, not orange. There's just, when you forget what you're drinking, it's a weird thought. Something weird is in your mind. And same thing if you get in the wrong vehicle. So I opened the door. First of all, it smelled really weird. I don't know. Maybe mine does too. I don't know. But there was music playing. I'm like, I didn't have music on. And there was boots and socks on the floor. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's just weird. It's really weird things that go through your mind. I'm like, I don't have any boots in the truck. Why would I leave them at the floor? And music and smell. I'm like, wait, this isn't my truck. Sorry. And I closed the door. That happened. Yeah. Anyway, it's weird that he had the door unlocked. I always have my doors locked when I'm not in it. Which is weird because when I walked up, I just opened the door. I always know that I have to unlock it with my key. So that's weird too. Anyway, kind of a weird thing. Sorry to go off subject here. How many people we got? We're losing people. Oh, my wife just said good morning, but she's not on here yet. She's texting me good morning, so hopefully she'll pop on. Okay, so yeah, my favorite tool is a scroll saw, and honestly, my whole workshop revolves around the scroll saw. I have my scroll saw in there, and all the other tools, all the other things kind of revolve around the scroll saw. They kind of assist me in using the scroll saw, making things on the scroll saw. Yeah, there's a few tools that I can do other things with, many other things, all different kinds of woodworking, but the scroll saw is my main tool, my favorite. Second would probably be the table saw. I don't use it a lot, and I don't have a really good one, but there's a lot you can do with a table saw. I mean, you can rip boards, rip them. You can miter boards even on there. You can cut circles on a table saw. There's a way to do it. There's you can dado. There's so much you can do on a table saw, especially a good one. And you need a table saw for a lot of things, really. And let's say you're cutting strips for cutting boards, or you got to cut something to width or to size. You really need a table saw. And I think, honestly, if you're going to get one tool and you could only get one, a table saw or a miter saw, I would get a table saw, because you can cut miters on a table saw and you can do so much more. Miter saw is all you can really do is cut things to length and miter things. So yeah, table saw costs more, but you can do so much more with the table saw. But Frankie said, oh no, Melinda's on here. Good morning, Melinda, Frankie's wife. I have gotten in the wrong vehicle multiple times. Once there was a lady in the car and she just looked at me so funny. Yeah, I don't think I've actually got in one. I think I've tried to get in one of cars before, but I don't think I've ever attempted to get into the wrong truck. That was just weird. Good morning, Melinda. Okay, so but yeah, so I would say number 2 is a table saw, because there's so much you can do with it. Okay, number 3, miter saw, because yeah, you can cut things to length. You can do miters. You can even cut things to size if they're small, because you can turn them, and you can cut one edge and then you can flip it and cut the other. You could even tip the board up, which is super safe, but be careful when you do that, especially if you have a 12-inch or if you have a sliding miter saw. which I just have a 10-inch one right now. I'd like to get a 12-inch or a sliding one, but I'd say, yeah, there's still a lot you can do with a miter saw, but I'd say that's number 3. Um, Number 4, router. So I really like the router, and what only thing I've really done with a router is I use it to round over edges on things, to make a rounded edge on something, um, or to carve signs. That's all I've done with routers. There's so many other things you can do with routers, and I technically have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 routers and hundreds of router bits and a couple of router books and patterns, and I just need to learn it. I even have a dovetail jig. I have some other things, and so yeah, I really like the router, and but I need to learn it more. I don't know that much about it, and I don't have a number 5 for favorite tools. Honestly, there isn't really other tools that I like that much. I mean, yeah, I have a bandsaw, I have a drill press, I have other things, but they're not so much favorites, but they do have value, and I use them. Um, I Frankie says making Jesus fish and praying hands and Bible verses on an empty tomb. Okay, yeah, those are fun. Yep, I like making those too. Yep. Okay, what is all drinking? Well, that. What's everybody drinking for coffee? I gotta switch to my second coffee here, Sumatra. So I really enjoy my coffee, y'all. Y'all know that. I'm gonna do a video just talking about coffee, the history of coffee, different kinds of coffees, different ways to make coffees. I really enjoy my coffee. Now, I'm not crazy about flavored coffees too much. I like different roasts of beans and stuff. That's why I got Costa Rican this morning, and now I'm switching over to Sumatra, which is one of my favorites. Oh, that's good. Gotta slurp your coffee, y'all. I know it's bad manners, sorry. Okay, but yeah, so I don't have a number 5 favorite tool, but there's other good ones. Okay. What's everybody else's favorite tool? 5 favorite woods. Now, these aren't totally in order. Well, they kind of are. I would say my number 1 favorite wood is yellow birch. And I haven't been able to find it lately. We have Menards in Minnesota. It's my favorite store. They really have a great selection of wood, hardwoods, softwoods, and they have great tools too. They have more expensive ones, and they have budget ones. They have everything. They have snacks, they have clothing, they have electrical and plumbing and pet food, and Menards has everything. It's kind of a hometown store. I really like Menards. That's my favorite store. They have everything. And they have random lengths of yellow birch, which is really good deals. Really good deals. And I like the yellow birch. I can't find it anywhere. I've hit a whole bunch of Menards the last couple of months, and I can't find any. So I don't know if maybe it's just the season or something. I don't know. Frankie says, and cut out spoons, then carving them. Yep, me too. Yep. But yeah, I haven't been able to find any yellow birch. I really like the dimensional lumber of yellow birch for so many things. It's tight grain. It's got really good color. I don't know. It just cuts really nice. It looks nice. I like using yellow birch. And also, yellow birch is my favorite for a branch for carving. Getting, yellow birch trees and getting a branch for carving spoons. It's one of my favorites. It carves really nice. So it's good for the dimensional lumber for scrollsawing and making other things. I've made boxes with yellow birch too. Got a good color, and it's just really nice wood. But also the branches for carving. Number 2 would be poplar. Again, I get poplar at Menards. Poplar is a step up from pine. It's tight grain. It's got some all different colors, but usually it's white, a lighter color. I use that for a lot of my word art. Cuts really nice, and it's affordable. It's one of my favorites. Actually, also in a branch form. That's a good one for carving. Number 3, walnut. I really like walnut. It looks nice. I love the color. I like black walnut. Yeah, that's one of my favorite woods. A little bit more expensive, but really nice. Number 4, maple. I really like maple, and specifically, I like 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch maple. I like 1/4 inch for 1/4 inch maple for Christmas ornaments because it's really solid and it cuts really nice. 3/4 inch maple and bigger stuff, I use it once in a while for boxes or whatever. But I really like the 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch for smaller scroll saw things. Number 5, box elder. Now I haven't got a lot of it. I got a couple of pieces years ago somebody gave me, and it was really pretty. It's kind of a lighter wood, kind of a lighter color, whiter, and it has some red streaks and swirls and stuff, and it's really pretty. And then the branches are really nice. We have box elder trees, so it's really good for dimensional lumber and for the branches for carving. So I like box elder. My honey is one of her favorite woods. Honey, you're not on here yet. She's awake. She said good morning, but I'm waiting for her to pop up in here. Anyway, yeah, so box elder. There's other woods that I really like too. I like oak. I like cherry. I use pine now and there. Bulldozer, welcome. Great to see you. I haven't seen you forever. How are you doing? Wow. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're just talking woodworking this morning, a lot of my 5 favorites. Everybody still needs to guess where I am in the world. I gave you a clue. Ghost, the Midwest. I'll give you another clue. Cowboy. Kind of a cowboy town. I don't know. Somebody got pulled over on the highway up here. Okay, next we have my 5 favorite tool brands. Now, I need another drink of coffee. David Ellis, welcome. Hey everyone, Happy New Year. First appearance. And thanks Marty for sharing on here. Great to see you. Welcome. We're just talking woodworking. Frankie got it. Casper, Wyoming. Yes, I am in Casper at the Flying J. So if anybody's in the area, come over and say hi. Yeah, I shouldn't tell you where my exact location is, but I'll be gone in an hour or so. You got it, Frankie. Casper, Wyoming. And it is 35 degrees here. So my cousin is actually coming up. He's got a load of, I think, Polaris snowmobiles coming up, and he was in Rollins last night. He stayed there, so he's probably going to pass me. I don't know if he was going to stop here or not, but he might be coming by. Anywho, yeah. So, my 5 favorite tool brands. I could only think of 4. I'm not really big into brand name stuff, y'all. Yes, if you have the money, and sometimes you got to pay for quality, but I'm all about thrifty. I like to enjoy my hobby, enjoy things, whether it's woodworking or outdoors, and you can be thrifty. I mean, every once in a while I have something more expensive, but most of the time I don't have much extra money at all, so I'm being pretty thrifty. And you can still enjoy your hobbies and have thrifty tools and gear and stuff. So I'm not really big into brand names. I don't even mention them much in my videos too much, but I would say my 5 favorite tool brands, and I only have 4. Number 1, Delta. For a few reasons. I like the Delta tools. They've been around a long time. They're good quality. Bulldozer, I thought your YouTube channel ended. I'm doing good. Oh, it's so great to see you. I thought you knew. So basically, yeah, I had a YouTube channel for 10 years. Well, 11 really. 2013 to 2024. In January last year, I deleted it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter why. I was kind of frustrated, and then a week later, I started a new one by the same name. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought everybody knew. I think I lost some people when I did that, but welcome back. So if you want, I have like 470 videos on this channel. I would say about 200 of them are my best of my old channel. Okay, so if you're bored one day, go back to the beginning of this channel, and you can rewatch a lot of my videos from my old channel. The first 200 videos or so are from them. All the best of the best, because I had like 1,000 videos. But I took like the best of the best. So yeah, welcome back. Thank you so much. But yeah, I like Delta because they've been around a long time. They're good quality, kind of mid-price, I guess. And also it's a little bit nostalgic because my first tools, most of them were Delta. And a few of them I don't have anymore, but I really, really like the Delta scroll saws. I know I say it all the time. There's no reason to buy a brand new scroll saw. Just my opinion, there's so many great used ones on Marketplace for a half or a quarter of the cost. and they're still in great condition. And I like the older Deltas, I really do. And I'll talk about that a little bit too later, but I really like the Delta tools, all of them actually. I'd like to get a Delta table saw. I'd like to get a Delta thickness planer, but I have 3 or 4 Delta tools in my shop right now. But yeah, Delta's my number one favorite. Yeah, I am doing well. Thank you so much. Great to see you again. Sorry, lost touch. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great year. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for everyone. There's 6 people on here, but I only see 2 or 3. If everybody could give this a thumbs up, if you're enjoying the live stream. So, number 2 favorite brand, I would say Craftsman. Again, that's kind of an older brand. I think they still make new tools. They're older scroll saws. I have a bunch of those for teaching because they're affordable and they work good and they're small. I have an older Craftsman table saw. They had some really good tools. Some of my first tools were also Craftsman. So I still have 2 or 3 Craftsman tools in my shop. But yeah, I like Craftsman. Number 3 would be DeWalt. I don't think I have anything DeWalt right now. I'll have to look. Oh, I might have a grinder, a hand grinder. But I've used the table saws, the DeWalt table saws in jobs, and they're really accurate and really good. I also used a DeWalt miter saw in a job many years ago. I mean, we're talking 25, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I used a DeWalt miter saw, and it was so accurate. 30 years ago. And I had a DeWalt scroll saw, the 788. I had it for 10 years, and then I sold it. And I really liked it. Great scroll saw. So I really like DeWalt. Yeah, I'm actually, I wouldn't mind getting like a 12-inch DeWalt miter saw, but kind of like to find a Delta too, though. Then number 4, I don't have 5, I only have 4. Number 4 is Rigid. And really, I don't know a lot about Rigid, but I have a Rigid palm router, and I use that for carbon signs. Yeah, it broke, but I really used it pretty consistently for about 3 years. And I think I could fix it. My friend Don said he was looking at it. He thinks it's just the brushes or whatever. So I'm going to try to fix that. That's the only thing I've used a Rigid, but I really like it. And I wouldn't mind getting some screw guns, the cordless rechargeable screw guns. I wouldn't mind getting some Rigid. And I hear their table saw is really good too. So that's kind of my favorite tool brands. I don't have a 5th one. So yeah. So again, I want to hear all your favorites of different things here as we're rolling along here. Oh, Frankie said, and you can be behind on the thing, it's okay. Frankie says my favorite woods are red cedar, poplar, and cherry. Okay, yep. Yeah, you get some really nice, and I think it's western red cedar you get, and with the really bright color reds. That's really, yeah, that's some nice wood. Yep. And you like making spoons out of cherry. Yeah, cherry is a nice one for spoons too. Yep, it's a little hard to carve, but they're really nice. Yeah, you made us a couple we use. Okay, we're up to 5 favorite woodworking YouTubers. Now, I mentioned these before. Now, there's a lot out there I like, okay? I have about 20 that I really like. These are just my 5 top favorites. Do I even have 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got 5. So I would say Woodworking for Mere Mortals, Steve Ramsey, just because that's what got me into YouTube. That's why I started making YouTube videos, is because I started watching him. He was pretty small back in 2013, and he just made simple projects in his shop, and his whole thing was anybody could do it. You don't have to have fancy tools or experience or everything, and he had a good sense of humor. Now he's got millions, I think 1 or 2 million subscribers, but I still like his channel. I watch it now and then. And like a lot of people really get into doing, there's a guy doing jumping jacks out here. A lot of people do reviews and tools and brands. They get it. That's okay. I don't watch them as much when they get into that stuff, but yeah, everybody's different and has different reasons for doing YouTube. For me, it's just a hobby. And I just like to share my life and help people smile. Anyway, but yeah, Woodworking for Mere Mortals, Steve Ramsey. Number 2, Eric Roten. So Eric Roten, and I don't know where Steve is. Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I think he's in California. Eric Roten is in Arizona, and him and his family been in the sign carving business his whole life. I think that's. I mean, it's a full-time business, carving signs and now YouTube and making patterns and bits and everything, and it's a whole full-time thing. So his dad was he just passed away a year ago, I think, 2 years ago. What was Eric's dad's name? I forgot his name. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. Forgot his name. Anyway, Eric Roten, super guy, wonderful family. Him and his dad and his wife Vicky and their son. What's their son's name? Anyway, they're all into carving signs. I started watching this channel, and that's how I learned to carve signs by hand with a router like this, and carving signs, not with templates, not with CNC or all that stuff, just by hand, and learned a lot. And they do a live stream, I think, on Friday evenings. I think Friday nights with the Rotens. Really wonderful guy and great channel. Then we have number 3, Steve Carmichael. Now, he hasn't done a video in a little bit, but I think they moved. I think he lives over in the northeast or southeast of the country. And I really like his channel. He has a lot of great woodworking projects. A lot of it's Scrollsawing, but then he does other things too. Just great attitude and personality. I like Steve Carmichael. And he's watched my videos and live streams too, so we've kind of talked back and forth and swap stickers. But yeah, I like Steve. I like his channel. I like to see some new videos. I know they move. Dave says, can you add these names in the comment box, Marty? Can you add these names? What do you mean, David? I don't think I can comment in the live stream. Yeah, I don't have a way of commenting. Can you add these names? I don't know what you mean. If you're saying that everybody is watching right now, or the names of the YouTubers, is that what I think? That might be what you mean. Okay, I can't add them, but what I can do is I can put these in the description of this video. Okay, so after this video is live, after it's done being live, when we're done here, it'll upload to my channel. It might take a while. Sometimes it takes hours or days, but then you can go on there and you can look at the description. Okay, so I'll put them in the description. Okay, and actually I did a video the other day where I talked about all my favorite YouTubers. There was about 20 or 30, and there's a lot more favorites in woodworking. But yeah, these guys are all wonderful. Yeah, check out their channels. Tell them Marty sent you. But yeah, so that number 3 was Steve Carmichael, Carmichael's Workshop. Okay, number 4, 731 Woodworks, Matt and Amy. So Matt he's a great guy too, and he does lots of great videos. Now he does a lot of tool reviews and stuff now too. I don't watch him as much, but he did a lot of great projects. He was, I believe, a state trooper, and then he became a full-time woodworker and YouTuber now. So, and him and Amy, they do a live stream also. I'm not sure what day it is. Mondays, maybe Wednesdays. Yeah, great guy. Him and his wife Amy. I believe they live down in Arkansas, I think. So yeah, 731 Woodworks. Number 5, Linker, Doug Linker, and I believe he lives in Canada. And I started watching him years ago, his outdoor videos like bushcraft, canoeing, outdoor stuff, coffee and stuff. And then he started doing carving videos, and I think he is the best one to watch to learn to carve little people and little characters. He's amazing. Not only is he good at carving, but he's good at making the videos. So check out Linker. Super guy. And now it's kind of neat because he's starting to do a little bit of both now. He really got into carving, but he kind of missed doing the other stuff too. So now he's doing outdoor videos and carving. So yeah, Doug Linker. There's a lot of other ones, y'all. Yeah, there's so many other great woodworking YouTubers out there. Now, I'm a little different. I like the ones that have small, thrifty shops who have a sense of humor, who like to just make fun things and share their life. I don't watch the big YouTubers and the big ones who have all the expensive, fancy tools. I don't watch them as much. They're out there too, and they're fine. But I like the ones that are more thrifty and stuff. Turn the heat back on here. It's getting a little chilly. Anywho, but yeah, that's just my 5 favorites. But there's a lot. I just picked 5 really. There's other ones too that are, but I'll put them in the comments, or I'll put it in the description of this video. Okay, so look in the description, and I'll put all these things in there. Okay, my 5 favorite woodworking movies. Okay, everybody can comment too. I want to hear your favorites of these things. My 5 favorite woodworking movies, and actually I could only think of 3. So number 1 favorite woodworking movie, a movie that has a woodworker in it. It might not be totally about woodworking, but it has a woodworker in it. Number 1, The Woodcarver, and has John Ratzenberger in there, and he's a woodcarver. That's a good story, good movie. It's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite actors too. The Woodcarver. Number 2, The Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. That's in my favorite list of Christmas movies. He's a woodcarver. That's a good one too. Number 3, The Christmas Lodge. Not really woodworking, but they repair this lodge. So they're building and stuff. And that's, if anybody knows of any movies out there with woodworkers in them, let me know, because I really love movies. I just love my movies and books too. And it's fun to watch those. And yeah, if you know any other woodworking movies, that's only 3 I could come up with, and they're 3 of my favorite movies. So yeah, let me know if you know of other woodworking movies. Also, on all these things, y'all, if you have other YouTubers that you like to watch, I like to find new ones. And there's a couple of new ones I just started watching that I really like. But yeah, if anybody has any others, please put them in the comments. Yeah, so I can check them out. Okay, we're going to try to keep this to an hour, but if we're having fun, you want me to keep going, I'll keep rambling. But I want you all to comment. Please ask questions. Please comment on your favorites. That's what makes this fun, to talk back and forth. I can ramble all day, y'all, you know that, but I get tired of hearing myself. But yeah, so comment, please. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to say hello to my wife, because she might be watching on our big screen TV. And maybe my son Hayden and his wife Casey, and our grandkids Kyler and Keone. Hi, if you're watching. They might be watching on there and can't comment. Maybe they're not on their phone. I don't know. And hi to any of my friends or family out there also. Frankie says, my tools are Delta scroll saws, Hercules table saw from Harbor Freight, Porter cable drills, and Cobalt router. I have many other tools. Okay. Yep. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people give Harbor Freight a bad name. They got a lot of great tools, y'all. I have a few tools from Harbor Freight, and they work great. They're good enough for weekend woodworkers, unless you're doing it professionally. They're really good tools. As a matter of fact, I've done some tours of stores, and I haven't done Harbor Freight yet. We'll see. Maybe in this weekend, maybe later today, if I hit one on the way going across South Dakota. Maybe today or tomorrow I'll stop and do a Harbor Freight tour. So yeah, I like their tools. Okay, now just a few quick things. That's kind of my 5 favorite woodworking things here and there. Here's 5, just a few shop tips. I'm not going to go into them in detail. I've talked about these in other videos, but just real quick. 5 shop tips. Okay, from Marty. Hi, hon. Good morning, my love. I seen you texted me, but I couldn't read it because I'm in the live. Are you on the big screen? Is anybody else up? Wake up, everybody. Good morning. Love you, hon. Okay, my 5 shop tips. Number 1, safety. Be really safe in the shop, y'all. Wear safety glasses, earplugs, dust masks, whatever. Be really careful. Don't get too close to any blades with your fingers. Just me and my phone. Oh, okay. Wake up, everybody! Wake up! Bumpa's on live stream. Wake up. I know you all are probably just starting to wake up in the bedrooms there. Wake up, wake up. Come and watch Bump on the big screen. Anyway, sorry, hon. Anyway, you're like trying to turn your volume down. Yeah, safety. Be safe in your workshop. Safety should be number one in everything we do, really. Number two, be organized. That goes along with safety. Be organized in your shop. Have things put away. Have things organized so you know where to find them. I'm a really organized person. I'm not perfect at all, but I just like to honor God in my life in every way, and I like to be organized, and it just helps me to not be stressed and overwhelmed if things are organized. I try to be organized in my truck. I need to organize a little bit more in my workshop and in the house and just in my life. So yeah, be organized in your shop, and it makes it safer. Number three. Oh, I had a text from somebody here, but anyway, number three, I have a good workflow. So if you're just getting into woodworking, you're setting up a shop, try to set it up so you have a workflow. Like you can bring in your wood and then process it, so to speak, on the miter saw, the table saw, and then maybe bring it to your scroll saw or to your router or your lathe or whatever work you do. Have a flow, and then make it, maybe from the tools you use, go to the sander and then the finishing area. If you have room. I have a pretty small shop. It's 12 by 24. Mine kind of flows. I can come in the door and use my miter saw, table saw, go to the scroll saw, and then it goes to, there's drill press and other things, and the sander's by the door, so it's kind of a flow. But yeah, have a good workflow. It really helps. Frankie says, don't forget your gloves when you are carving spoons. Yep. I have carving tips coming up here too. Yep, definitely. That's a good tip, Frankie. Number 4 of shop tips. Have accessories with your tools. I need to blow my nose, y'all. Sorry. I'm going to try to do it off camera here because I know that's always gross. Hold on here. I got to get a Kleenex. I'll try to do it off camera. Oh, yuck. That's gross. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, that's better. I know I'm weird and gross sometimes, sorry. Okay. Yeah, accessories with your tools. Meaning, Dave says, last summer, just set up a new workshop, not massive, 7.5 square meters, but I have it set out as a flow. First thing after the light switch is my PPE. Good idea, really good idea. So I don't know metric. I know that the US is one of the last ones still using the imperial system. It makes sense to me, feet and miles and stuff. I don't understand centimeters and kilometers and stuff, but it is better. Most of the world's in that, but we're still. So 7.5 square meters. How big a shop is that? Frankie says the sound effects are awesome. Sorry. But yeah, have accessories with your tools, meaning your table saw. Have a push stick by your table saw. A couple of different push sticks. Have safety glasses. Have your miter gauge in that. Have maybe a square, maybe a pencil, tape measure, different things. By your drill press, have your drill bits. By your scroll saw, have a lot of different accessories, and I have specific videos on my scroll saw and accessories and tips and everything. You want to watch those videos, but yeah, have your accessories by each saw. Things you would use for that tool. Have those accessories and tools and stuff with that saw. Dave says 2.2 feet by 3.6 feet. Oh my goodness. So that's, oh my goodness. So we're talking, I'm bad at math. That's not much for square feet. That's a really small shop. But that is wonderful. It's better than not having a shop. Like I was telling you yesterday, Frankie, you can have a scroll saw in just like 2 feet by 4 foot space and do scroll sawing or carving. You can have a small workshop, and through the years I've had really small ones. I think I'm blessed to have a 12 by 24 right now. But that's really small. But that's wonderful if you can do woodworking in there. Dave, what kind of woodworking do you do? But yeah, that was number 4, my shop tips. Put your accessories by the tools. Number 5, make it enjoyable. When you set up your shop, make it enjoyable. I don't think it should be work, and I know it could be jobs for some people, but for most part, woodworking is a hobby. I make it enjoyable. In my shop, I have pictures of my family on the walls. I have pictures of Christmas scenes and snow and stuff. I have different pictures, and I have different guides and lists and things. I got a couple of poems on the walls. I got different. It's kind of fun to have things like that. Make it comfortable. I have a chair in my shop where I can sit and just read woodworking magazines and books, and make videos, drink coffee, and eat pistachios. Make it comfortable. Make it enjoyable. So that's my 5 shop tips. Dave says, sorry, 6.5 by 11 feet. Okay, that's a little bigger. That's still pretty small. That's still a small shop, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, do what you can. A lot of times, you get into woodworking, and I would suggest everybody get into woodworking. It's a wonderful hobby. And it could be, you could sell stuff too and make some money, but do what you can. It could be a spare room in your apartment or house. Could be a basement. Could be a shed. Could be a garage. Could be a designated building. Do what you can wherever you are. Making things for children, grandchildren, and church. Dave, that's wonderful. David, that is wonderful. Yes, that is absolutely. You're blessing people with your woodworking. My honey says the kids are up and awake, and Kyler is yelling, "Hi, Bumpa." Hi, hey, little bud. Bumpa loves you. I'll be home in a few days. Bumpa's in Casper, Wyoming, doing a live stream here, talking about woodworking. And when I get home, we're gonna paint all the puzzles that Bumpa made. We're gonna paint those together, okay? Unless you guys want to do that, and then I'll make them into puzzles for you, okay? Love you, little bud. Love you, little buddy. Love you all. Love you, bud, if you're awake. Love you all so much. David, that's wonderful to make gifts. Oh, that's just wonderful for your children, grandchildren, and church. Yes, I love making. I'm kind of the woodworker in our church, and so I've made our welcome center and offering box and a table in our sound booth. I love being used by God to do woodworking in our church. So that's wonderful. Okay, 5 scroll sawing tips. Number 1, use saws. And I've said it before, y'all. You can go out and buy a Wen scroll saw for $100. You can buy an Excalibur for $1,000, and whatever you want to do. But I would rather take the same amount of money and buy a used one that's even better and in great condition. Scroll saws are made out of steel, the older ones anyway, and they're still great. I pick up used scroll saws here and there. I have 8 scroll saws, extra ones now, for teaching, because I enjoy teaching scroll sawing when I get a chance. Let's see. My honey says, okay, I love you, my Bumpa. Love you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. But yeah, there's so many great deals out there, y'all. I've even picked a couple up on the road and on Facebook Marketplace. I wouldn't go older than the 90s. If you go older than that, they're antique scroll saws. They're kind of neat to have, but they're really finicky in the blade holders and all that. But in the 90s and early 2000s, the older Deltas are great saws. And you can even get DeWalt and some of the other ones too, but I love the older Delta scroll saws. Yeah, they're really good. I say that all the time, but there's great used scroll saws out there. If you want to get into it, you can get a $25 16-inch Delta scroll saw. That's one of the best, and you could really enjoy it. So yeah, get used saws. Number 2, slow and steady. As you learn to scroll saw, Well, even if you're experienced, take it slow. Don't push too hard. Push it in really slow. Then your wood won't burn. The blade will last longer, and it's easier to follow the line. So to go slow and steady. Number 3, be safe. Wear safety glasses. The scroll saw is one of the safest tools you can use, but still be safe and wear safety glasses. Keep your fingers on the sides. Don't put your fingers in front of the blade, and just be safe always. Number 4, practice, practice, practice. Just practice and you'll get better. When I first started scroll sawing, I was on a really old scroll saw, old Craftsman. I still have that Craftsman on the shelf in my shop. And it was hard to scroll saw, and I wasn't good at it, but I kept practicing and I got better. I've been doing it 30 years now. I'm still an amateur, but I'm having fun. So practice. Number 5, pattern options. There's so many options out there for patterns, y'all. There's Scroll Saw magazines, Scroll Saw books. There's pattern books. You can just Google shapes and print them off and use them, especially for puzzles and things for kids. In coloring books, there's patterns. You can look. There's so many places to get patterns out there. All kinds of patterns out there for scroll sawing. You can make up your own patterns. All different varieties out there. Frankie says, I had to lay down my ruler down and forgot where I had it down. Hey, so when I was talking about accessories by tools, if you put magnets on the back of some of your things, then you can put them on the side of your tools, like a ruler or drill bits or guides or tape measure even. Put a heavy-duty magnet on it and they'll go on the side of your tools, and then they're right there. Or a drill chuck, different things like that. I think that's probably what you meant. I don't know. Okay, 5 carving tips. I'm going to move along here. We're at an hour. And yeah, you drink coffee though. I hope you're enjoying this, y'all. This is fun. There's a Walmart truck coming in to get fuel here. Sun's starting to come up. Where am I? 5 carving tips. And I'm talking about like carving spoons and whittling little people and stuff. Again, I'm not really that great at it. I'm still learning. But number 1, be safe. Not everybody wears gloves when they're carving, but I do. You're using really sharp knives. It's just better to wear gloves. And I just enjoy wearing the gloves. It helps me grip the wood. Now, I will admit, if I'm sitting whittling a stick, I usually don't wear gloves because I have my little whittler knife in my pocket and I might just whittle a stick for fun. I'm just really careful. I'm not digging in and carving a spoon like this. I'm just whittling away from me. I don't usually have my gloves with me. So if I'm just whittling a stick, I don't wear my gloves. But if I'm doing carving, yes, I'll wear my gloves. So that's really important. And just carve away from yourself. Be safe. Number 2, slow and simple. Start carving simple things to begin with, and then you can get into the more difficult things. Number 3, use what you have. Again, you can use a pocket knife to start carving, and then you can get better knives. You don't need much to get into carving and whittling. Just use what you have to start. Number 4, don't be critical. And I'd say that it's scroll sawing and all woodworking. Don't be critical of yourself. Realize you're learning. Be proud of yourself because you're trying something new, and just enjoy it and have fun with it. And don't let other people criticize you either. I know that happens. Number 5, keep on learning. And that goes for scroll sawing and all woodworking and all life. I really enjoy teaching, but I really love to learn. So keep on learning. Okay. I'm going to answer a few questions here, and we're going to get ready to end in the next 10-15 minutes or so. As I got a text from my cousin, so he might be driving up here. So I might want to say hi to him. I don't know if he's going to stop or not. But Frankie says, this is fun as a bucket full of monkeys. Yeah, and I kind of look like one too. I mean, you got to admit. Okay, I'm going to answer. How do you sand and finish projects? Frankie, this was actually your idea yesterday. Yeah, my clipboard, it's like reflecting and making my face look weird. It's weird. It's just a white tablet, but it lights up. Anyway, how do I sand and finish? Okay, so first of all, I'm not a professional at sanding and finishing. And And it's different for all different projects. You know, if I'm making a table compared to making Christmas ornaments. But basically, in general, I'll use like 80 grit, 120 grit sandpaper, and then move up to 220. I really have no reason to use more than 220 to sand things. It gets smooth enough. And then I'll usually raise the grain, spray water, or put water on it, whether it's a spoon or a Christmas ornament or a table. Raise the grain, and then I'll put the finish on, and I might just put a clear coat. I use a clear coat spray on most everything, or I'll dip my smaller projects in tung oil or Danish oil. I do have stains and lacquers and stuff, but I'm not really good at all that stuff, but sometimes I'll use that. But pretty simple when it comes to sanding and finishing. And then Sufi Pour, I think, I don't know if I'm saying that right, asked me a question the other day. So I don't rarely get any negative or critical comments on my channel, but once in a while, and that one kind of was, but not really bad. But he or she just says, why don't you take a professional video cameraman with you? And it was on my military surplus store in Billings, Montana, which is my most viewed video at 28,000 right now. And I basically just said, I just do this for fun. You don't have to watch if you don't want to. We went back and forth a little bit. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a little shaky when I do a store video. I do it with my phone. I'm doing it quickly. It's not a selling thing. It's not, I didn't want to show every item in the store. Also, I didn't want the video to be 2 hours long. I went through quickly just to show some stuff for fun. I do everything with my phone for free. This is a hobby. I work 70 hours a week. I'm not going to hire a cameraman to do a store tour video. I just do it myself with my phone. So that's why, it was a little shaky and a little different, not professional. It wasn't supposed to be professional. That's kind of my answer on that. And it's okay. And that's what I would say to people. If you don't like my videos for one reason or another, I'm not perfect. I'm just sharing my life. But yeah, I just move on. It's okay. Bulldozer, my number one rule in my shop is no due dates. That's the way it doesn't feel like a job. Yes, very good. I like that. Even if you are doing a project that you're getting paid for, or you have it for somebody, don't rush through it. Tell them it takes time. This is handcrafted work. It takes time, and you need to wait if you want something done well. Besides that, you don't want to hurry in a shop ever, because accidents can happen. Yes, Bulldozer, very great. I'm so glad you're back. I'm sorry I lost touch. I think I lost a lot of video viewers when I changed, I deleted my channel, restarted. By the way, thank you for all my new subscribers and viewers. Thank you for everybody who's been around forever. Crazy. I've got about 400 new subscribers in the last month. Crazy. I'm at like 1,200, which is just crazy. I just value each one of you, whoever watches. Please subscribe if you like my channel. Couple other questions here really quick. Let's see. I can't really read what I wrote down here. Pirate? I'm not sure. I think it's Pirate. Anyway, he or she asked if I have patterns I could share. Well, I don't really have a way to share patterns through my videos, and I don't have a website or anything. Again, I get they're out of books and magazines. Sometimes I just make up my patterns. But you are free to screenshot anything I show in a video, and then just print it off or draw it or trace it. That's what I do with a lot of things. You could do that with any of my patterns, so yeah. And again, there's tons of ways to get patterns out there. Let's see. Rich Rhodes asked if, and some of these questions I answered in my comments, but I just want to kind of answer them on here too. Rich Rhodes asked if you were to replace your Delta, what would you get? Another Delta. So I have a Delta 18-inch in my shop, and I have a Delta Q3 as my backup scroll saw. I have 3 or 4 Deltas in the garage. I have like a teaching area where we're teaching our youth group and kids when I get a chance. I have like 8 or 9 scroll saws. I have 3 or 4 16-inch scroll saws in there too, and I have a Delta P20. So I'm always trying to pick up new ones. I seen one the other day. It was brand new in a box still, which is amazing because it was like 20 years old. It was only $50, but they wouldn't answer me on Marketplace. But I'm always picking up other ones. So I think my Deltas will probably outlive me. I just really like the Deltas. I really do. So yeah. Frankie asked me a while back, what is something I leave on trails? Because I really enjoy hiking. I used to leave spoons. I haven't in a while, but I'll leave like a little baggie with a carved spoon in it. And sometimes I'll leave my sticker from my YouTube channel. What I've also done is I left bottles of water and snacks and stuff in like a bin for people, which animals could get that, I guess, too. But I've done that before. Somebody had asked, I don't know who, but somebody had asked, what's the best and worst of trucking? So one of the best things of truck driving is that I am helping feed the country, but I mostly haul food. And so that's, and that's a neat thing. And also this is satisfaction of a good job, well done. I take a load from Minnesota, California, get another one, bring it back. It's pretty amazing everything I go through to do that, and God is always with me. I'll answer these comments in just a second. So yeah, working by myself, I really enjoy working by myself and seeing the country. Yeah, being able to drink coffee and listen to music and listen to YouTube while I'm working, driving down the road, and a lot of satisfaction in it. The hardest things, the weather, traffic, other bad drivers, missing home, missing my wife and family, and missing out on things and not being there to do things at home, and probably the hardest things. But yeah, I'm gonna read the final quote here, and then a couple more things, and I'm gonna answer the comments here. Final quote I have is by Louis Nizer, and it kind of goes with the scripture. It's kind of neat, and I've quoted this before. A man who works with his hands is a laborer. A man who works with his hands and his mind is a craftsman. But a man who works with his hands, his mind, and his heart is an artist. I like that. So let's all try to be artists. I don't know. I was going to say, too, if anybody wants a sticker, please personal message me on Facebook. It's probably the easiest way, and give me your address. Or you can email me at christfollower1996@yahoo.com, and I'll send you a sticker. And let me know if you ever want to be a guest on my live stream. The big Marty's live show. If you want to be a guest, I've done have guests on before, and it's kind of fun. Interview each other or whatever. Kind of fun. Let me know. And if you ever want to do a compilation or whatever, like you're another YouTuber and you want to do a video together, it'd be really neat. And let me know if you ever want to meet up for coffee on the road. I've done that. I've made a few friends on the road. It's been wonderful. So there's that. Let me answer a few comments here before we before we start to end the show here. Frankie says, I'm good at my videos. Thanks, Frankie. David is asking, Bulldozer, I need to set myself that rule. Yeah, I think we all do. It's very good advice, Bulldozer. Bulldozer says, I want to keep a hobby and keep it fun. Yes. Though I will say, okay, if I could, so I've always said that I like truck driving better than most jobs in the world. I'm not crazy, but I've been working for 43, 44 years. I've done just about every job. I've been truck driving for 22 years, 23 years. I'd rather do this than any kind of factory job or other desk job, really. But if I could get off the road and teach, I would love it. I'd teach for 10, 20 years. I don't know. Or have a woodworking business. I know that's hard, and it's really hard to do that nowadays, but I wouldn't mind that. I would love to be in my shop all day, and that would be fun. But yeah, there's good and bad in making it a job too, but yeah. David says, agreed, I failed at Christmas only by a few days, but whilst they were okay, I felt like rubbish. I felt like I'd failed. What do you mean by that? I don't think any of us are failures. We always we're always learning and growing, and yeah. Frankie says, David, just do what you can when you can. Yep, that's what I always say. In the middle of all the chaos and busyness and hard things of life, just do our best, seek God, and always keep learning and try to find joy in every day and help others to do the same. So yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, but I really doubt that you failed. I'm sure you did your best, and yeah, I feel like a failure all the time and the different things. But I'm always seeking God and asking Him to help me to do better in life. And yeah. Well, the sun's starting to come up, but it looks like it is partly cloudy. I'm gonna get ready to sign off here. This has been wonderful. Thank you for everybody who's been on here. Again, email me or message me if you want a sticker. Let me know if you want to be a guest on the show. This has been fun. And everybody who watches the replay, I hope you enjoy it too. I'm going to get ready to end here. If anybody has any final thoughts, questions, comments. Any last minute thoughts or comments? I know sometimes it's hard to type quickly, so I'll let people, give everybody a couple minutes to, if you have a last question or comment or thought. There's 3 Walmart trucks here fueling at the same time. God is the way. We do the live together again. Frankie says, been an absolute pleasure and thank you. David says, thank you, it's been wonderful. Thanks so much for everybody being here. Thank you for being a part of my life, whatever way you are. My wife, kids, grandkids, family, friends, people who watch my silly YouTube channel, friends I've met. Thank you all for each one of you. I just pray that you're all doing well and God is real and alive in your life. I hope this is a wonderful year for everybody. This is Saturday morning. I'm going to deliver my cheese in Wisconsin Monday morning. So, and then hopefully get home Monday or Tuesday, be home for a few days, and then go out again. My wife might come with me for a week. That'd be fun. I don't know if I'll do any more videos this weekend or this week. Well, I probably will. If there's something interesting, I might try to hit a Harbor Freight today or tomorrow and do a video. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe a hike in Wyoming or South Dakota. I don't know. Let me know again if you have ideas for videos, things you want me to see, or things you want to see, or things you want me to do. Thanks everybody for being on here. This has been fun. Love you, hon, if you're still on here. Love you all. Thanks everybody for watching and being on here. We'll see you on the next live stream. So next Saturday, I'll probably be home. So I'll do a live stream from home. Maybe my honey will do it with me. And it'll be in the evening. Or maybe I'll do afternoon. So I want to try to alternate them. Last live stream was in the evening. This one's in the morning. Maybe I'll keep alternating it. Or maybe I'll do one in the middle of the day too. Yeah, maybe we'll shoot for next Saturday, like noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon from home. So that'll be fun. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, y'all. Thanks for being with me. Have a wonderful day.